What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Lakeith right here in the place to be. So today on House Money TV, we're talking about, do you need capital to start in your real estate investment journey? And if so, how much? So sit back, relax as we get into it today with me, your host, Lakeith, on House Money TV. So, do you need money to start in real estate investments? All depends on where you want to start. So if you want to start as an investor, then absolutely you would need some. But if you want to start as a wholesaler, which is a good way to start in the game, as far as assigning contracts, it's the lowest barrier of entry to do so. I've never been a wholesaler, but I do purchase land from wholesalers and rehab properties. And this is what I've been told thus far. So I can't really speak upon what a wholesaler does because that's not what I do. But as an investor, I can say you will need some funds. Usually the bank kind of multiplies the funds by 10. You've heard people say 10x or 8x or whatever, leveraging your money. So yes, you will need funds to get into the game. When I first started my first deal was a owner finance property. I had $54,500 into the property, $2,500, so I was $57,000 into the game. Ended up selling it on a mortgage note for $79,000, and the person gave me $6,000 down. Now I won't say that you will need $54,000 to start, but that's just where I started because I started as the bank in the game. Just as a regular investor, if you're looking to take down your first property, I think it would have a lot to do with the equity in the property. It would also have a lot to do with what your end strategy is with the property. So if you're gonna fix and flip, just to be honest with you, it's probably gonna take you about 6-7 months to purchase the property, rehab the property, and then sell the property depending on the state of the property. So you would need to cover your personal bills outside of that. Only you know that, whatever that is a month, plus the bills of this new property that you're getting ready to buy and try to flip. So with that being said, I can tell you you're gonna need insurance. That's probably gonna be about $1,000 for 12 months. You're gonna need to pay your utilities. Everything you use at your own house, you're gonna need for this house because you can't sell a house to anybody without them knowing the lights work, the water work, the gas work. So you have to cut all that on. You're gonna have to keep the lawn mowed. So you will have to pay landscaping. If you need an alarm, depending on where the property is, if you buy one in the hood, you know how people steal. So you will have to pay for an alarm. These are all costs that you will incur as an investor. So what I can tell you is, for me personally, I kind of look at each fix and flip, I say about 30 grand, about 30,000. That's the way I equate it. So for every $30,000 that I have, I'm able to do a fix and flip. That's enough money to originate the loan, pay the interest, pay for the utilities, pay for the landscape, and pay for all the contingencies that may come with this situation, and still be able to have enough money separate from that to pay my regular bills to live off of where I live, because I got bills there too. So the best place that I get this from is from a actual, like I was gonna start a franchise and I was gonna actually be a part of Subway. And they said to make sure that you have at least so many months of money for expenditures to cover that and your own personal expenditures. So I would encourage you to do the same thing in real estate investments. So I would tell you, you should have money over here for one thing and money over here for something else, because this, what you're getting into, if you've never done it before, you really don't know how it's gonna end up. So it's like you wanna have your own back, because if not, then you're gonna wind up going into foreclosure and losing this deal. And who wants to do that? Because you're in it to make money, but you will need money to be a real estate investor. You can get your capital up as being a wholesaler, because that's usually where people start, as far as being a wholesaler and, you know, leveraging it that way. But I can tell you as a professional investor that I wouldn't step close to a deal with at least having $30,000 worth of money into it. And that's just a fix and flip. For a new construction property, I would say 50, because maybe even 60, probably double the amount, only because the lender that I use per se doesn't start to really lend more than the bulk of the money until you're dried in. And most of the expenses happen foundation, roofing, and framing are probably 50% of what it's gonna cost to build the house. The foundation, the roofing, and you have to basically front the bill. Private money and hard money or whatever, they don't wet lend, they don't give you any money up front. They just basically ghost the money. It's the way I look at it. So you pay for something, let's say it costs $10,000. You pay 10, then in 2-3 days, they come back and replenish your 10. So it's never like you're getting money up front to do anything. If you find somebody doing that, then I would hold on to that individual, but nobody's really giving anything until they've seen something done in the first place. So that's why they do draws, and they do it in stages. They never do it all at once or give you half up front, because who's to know you're gonna do the work? You know, you could leave the property and just take the money that they give you, and then they're left high and dry. So I think you will need money. As a matter of fact, I know you will, and I would consider at least $30,000 to be a safe, and that's not all I would have. I would have that and my bills paid up for at least the next couple months in order to get into it, because it can change you. You know what I'm saying? What I found is when money gets low, you know, attitudes do affect an individual. You don't want to be mad at your family. Oh my God, shut up. What's up? You know, I'm waiting on this house to sell. You don't want to grind your pennies to the end. So I would definitely be in a comfortable position before investing in real estate. Even though you probably will make your money back 9 times out of 10, you just don't want to apply that type of pressure on the situation. So I would have my personal bills set aside, and I'd have the money for my investments set aside, and I wouldn't commingle the two. So yes, you will need money to invest in real estate. I don't know any other way to do it but that way, so I can't really suggest another way, because I don't want you to lose, I want you to win. This is the way I've done it, this is what's worked for me, and I want it to work for you too. So, you know, that's just a tad bit of information from me, Lakeith. Lakeith buys houses and land. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so, and follow me on all social media platforms. Also, to all wholesalers, if you have a deal, let's make it real, man. You can give me a call, area code 214-956-4289, and I look forward to talking to you later. Thank you, Lakeith. Lakeith buys houses and land. Thank you.